Bobo Dioulasso, 2023. Inside the Grand Gallery hosting a prestigious international art exhibition, the walls shimmered with artifacts from across the globe. Many allegedly donated, some suspiciously acquired. Among elegantly dressed attendees, one man wore modest clothing, his presence almost invisible to the condescending eyes of the elite. Captain Ibrahim Traoré in civilian attire wandered from piece to piece, eyes sharp and searching. He wasn't here to admire. He was here to uncover. A French art dealer, decked in designer attire and fake refinement, spotted him near a 17th century African sculpture. "Don't touch that," he snapped. "This isn't a village market peasant." A nearby assistant snickered. "He probably thinks it's carved for tourists." Traoré calmly replied, "I'm here to examine the origin." The dealer sneered. "People like you don't understand art. This isn't for your kind." Moments later, guards arrived. Without question, they shoved him back toward the exit. Phones rose. The crowd watched. Amused, one video captioned, "Village man embarrasses himself at gallery," quickly went viral. Yet beneath the calm exterior and dusty shoes was a truth that none of them knew. The man they had mocked was the president of Burkina Faso. Inside the presidential compound that evening, Traoré stood before the Minister of Culture and his legal team. "The artifact is listed in UNESCO's 1984 theft report. It was looted," Traoré said, "and they laughed in my face." Within hours, a task force was assembled. Customs, historians, and international lawyers collaborated. Paper trails were traced, export permits examined, illegal transfers exposed. While the French dealer toasted champagne in his hotel suite, mocking the museum president to his guests, diplomatic cables buzzed in European embassies. The evidence mounted. Within days, the president called a national address. "That art you saw paraded at a gallery," he said calmly, "was stolen from our ancestors. I was thrown out for asking questions." Gasps filled living rooms across the country. The crowd outside the National Museum grew. "We will reclaim what is ours, and those who mocked our heritage will answer for it." The next morning, authorities raided the gallery. Interpol received documentation. French embassies went silent. Cultural institutions scrambled for damage control. And Traoré, he quietly commissioned the future. Weeks later, Traoré stood under the newly unveiled glass dome of the National Heritage Museum. Inside were returned artifacts. Priceless, powerful, home. Behind him stood the Burkinabe flag, vibrant and proud. He addressed the world. "They tried to erase our history, to sell our soul in auctions. But no more. What was stolen has returned." The French dealer had been expelled from the country, his gallery permanently banned. The parent conglomerate, facing lawsuits and public outcry, was blacklisted across the African Union. France itself was forced to apologize under international pressure. Tourists poured in. Museum tickets sold out for months. The story trended across platforms. People began calling Traoré the guardian of memory. Children took field trips to see the treasures. Murals appeared across cities. A movement began. Protect, reclaim, honor. And in that moment, beneath the restored relics and ringing applause, a message rang clear. Africa remembers. And this time, it reclaims.